best iRacers in the business.
When we got stakes for real, we looking out for the opposition. We don't do this for mass appeal. Don't make me blast it still. I put in work, no Vladimir. You want me to lose, but I can't. Mama shed like 1,000 tears. I can't do that shit to waste. I pull up in Mercedes. Next year you gon' see me pull up in the race.
This is gonna create fantastic racing.
When I was down bad, boy, I got on my knees and I started to pray. Now I'm breaking bread with my young vet. Where's you was a part of the gang? No, now we getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I can turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights. You know I got the strap. Go right up, now we getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I can turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights. You know I got the strap. Go right, I push the.
He refuses to lose!
I just dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas.
Yeah, okay, my timing is critical. They know my rhyming is pivotal. Homie, the dash is digital, gas residual. Fire and smoke like I'm needing a ritual. You bet my cash is long. I hit the gas, I'm gone. Riding my wave. I've been stuck in my zone. I bet I blast them all. Sliding on fate. I've been out finding my ways. Grinding for days. I've been out shining the hate. All of y'all wanted for praise. Stuck in a phase. Lighter than turn it ablaze. Yeah, homie, you don't wanna race. Nah, better to stick to your place. Yeah, want it all, I gotta taste. You push on the pedal, now I gotta skate. Yeah, all I ever know. Put me on this throne. Pinnacle. Push my buttons and that motherfucker go. What you know, what you own. Push it and I zone. Sonic booms full of room, running till the tomb with my goons, smell of fumes. Y'all know what it do with the crew when we coming through. Y'all know better move, make it fast. Ain't no second chance coming for your ass.
iRacing Top 10, here he comes!
Better push the gas like.
I just dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas.
Showtime! The best iRacers in the business.
But we got stakes for real. We looking out for the opposition. We don't do this for mass appeal. Don't make me blast it still. I put in work, no Vladimir. You want me to lose, but I can't. Mama shed like 1,000 tears. I can't do that shit to waste. I pull up in Mercedes. Next year you gon' see me pull up in the race.
This is gonna create fantastic racing.
When I was down bad, boy, I got on my knees and I started to pray. Now I'm breaking bread with my young vet whiz. He was a part of the gang. Now he getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I could turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights. You know I got the strap. Go right up. Now he getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I could turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights. You know I got the strap. Go right up. Push the.
He refuses to lose!
I do the dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas.
Okay, my timing is critical. They know my rhyming is pivotal. Homie, the dash is digital, gas residual. Fire and smoke like I'm needing a ritual. You bet my cash is long. I hit the gas, I'm gone. Riding my wave. I've been stuck in my zone. I'm gonna blast them all. Sliding on fate. I've been finding my ways. Grinding for days. I've been shining the hate. All of y'all wanted for praise. Stuck in a phase. Lighter than turn it ablaze. Yeah, homie, you doing a race. Nah, better to stick to your place. Yeah, want it all, I gotta taste. You push on the pedal, now I gotta skate. Yeah, all I ever know. Put me on this throne. Pinnacle. Push my buttons and that motherfucker go. What you know, what you own. Push it and I zone. Sonic booms from the room. Riding till the tomb with my goons. Smell the fumes. Y'all know what it do with the crew when we coming through. Y'all know better move, make it fast. Ain't no second chance coming for your ass.
iRacing Top 10, here he comes!
Better push the gas like.
I do the dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas.
Showtime! Welcome to the Dega Boys broadcasting channel. Tonight we're going to be broadcasting straight to you guys from Southern National. It's going to be the Twin 50s here with the Nexus Sim Racing Leagues, specifically the Nexus National Tour. We're going to be running some late models here tonight, baby. It's going to be fun. We got myself, Thomas, and Jay in the booth. Jay, how you doing?
I'm freaking excited for tonight, man. If we get any racing like we've seen the last few weeks here in the National Tour, we're in store for one heck of a night of racing out here. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, I mean, what, the past two races that we've already done with this National Tour has just been crazy good. I mean, there has been nothing comparable so far. This is where you want to be tonight to watch some racing. Am I wrong?
No, you're 100% right. With all the drama, the crazy finishes we've seen, I mean, just the immense amount of short track racing. This is everything you want in a short track racing. You want the hard racing, you want the drama, you want the wrecks, you want the great finishes. We have it all here, baby. Let's go.
Yep, absolutely. Before we get a little bit more into it, though, let's go over some real quick track facts. We got a 0.35 mile track here for you guys tonight. 82-degree track temp. We're sitting at an altitude of 151 feet above sea level. We are 79 degrees ambient, currently 60% humidity, partly cloudy, with a 3-mile-an-hour wind. This racetrack here is located just outside of Raleigh, North Carolina. It's got 7 degrees of banking in the straights and 17 degrees of banking in the corners. That's a lot. It's a lot more we've been seeing in the past couple weeks. We have no quick repairs tonight, no extra tires, a pace car speed of 45 miles per hour, and a pit speed limit of 35. Right now, we have got 17 drivers. 17 drivers has shown up to race this absolutely crazy racetrack with 17 degrees in the corners and 7 on the straights. I mean, we're looking at the track that has the most banking, a track that we've gone to that has the most banking so far on the schedule. Jay, how do you think this is going to play out in the race? Is this a thing where we're going to be seeing some high speed cornering and a lot more aggressiveness, or are we going to be seeing something along the lines of multiple grooves?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a mix of everything. Like you said, with the higher speeds, I believe these guys are going to be flying down this track. This is such a fast track. They're going to use the banking to their advantage. They're going to have really high corner speeds. And these cars are really tough to drive. And very competitive field, full packed field. And it's going to play a big difference when we get to the invert for the second 50. So there's a lot to keep your eyes on here tonight. And a lot of great action yet to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a great point that you bring up. We got the opportunity to talk with a lot of drivers after last week's race, and every single one of them told us this is a driver's car. If you cannot wheel a car in any capacity, just don't jump in. This is something for the pros. And that's what we're seeing tonight. We're seeing 17 of the best drivers come out here tonight to race their hearts out. They are ready to get this pole. We got qualifying going on right now. We got 5 minutes of straight action. And we're going to be seeing some drivers taking some risks and qualifying, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. These points are very valuable, and they know that it's going to all reset, get a full race invert here for the second main. So both races award the same amount of points, whether you win it, finish in the back. So your goal is to win this first one, win the second one, and also you want to win that qualifying. You want to start up front in this first one. Make your job a lot easier here in the first race.
Absolutely. We're going into qualifying now. We're going to be seeing some cars hit the track. In fact, we won't. I made a little error here where we are not going to be able to see these cars on track. But the good news is, coming straight to you guys, is right on the left-hand side of your screen, you're going to be able to see who is qualifying and finishing up front. So right now we got Riley Mobley on top of the charts. He's pulled a 14.242. Rob Collier right behind him. Kyle Hendricks rounding out your top three right now, 1:30 into this session.
Yeah, Riley Mobley last week took the sweep of the night there at Langley. He's back. He made his series debut last week and put it on them boys with back-to-back wins. Already put this thing on the pole here at Southern National versus a star-studded field. This is some good lap time that he got down there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Riley put on such a great display of driver talent last week that, we just saw that, that 05 car, that 05 car just come to life. I mean, we saw him roll right through the field, get back to the front, and maintain that lead and that speed that we saw even in the early run. 40 laps into the race, we still saw that speed out of that 05 car. It was almost kind of terrifying. If you were another driver, man, I'd be terrified. I could not keep anything close to that 05 car.
Yeah, he put on a dominant display last week. He drove through that second race from the back to about fourth place in about 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah.
The speed and driver talent that he has, and him and Dylan Winters, who isn't racing with us tonight, and then Rob Collier, Rob Collier, excuse me. They definitely put on a great race there in the second main last weekend.
Well, if you look at that, James Morris, best Riley there, with a 14.188. That was tough. He did it.
Wow. That is a good lap time. Your top three right now are consisting of the winners so far this season. You saw Collier and Morris take the 2 mains respectively there in race 1 at South Boston, and then Mobley with the sweep last week at Langley. And those are the guys at the top of the board, already showing that they're the guys to beat tonight.
We've also got some new faces here tonight, and let's talk about them for a little bit. We got Patrick Dobronsky. He is from Canada. Excuse me for that little hiccup there. So we got a fellow countryman with him of Brad Haldane. We got another Canadian in here. That's pretty cool. I like that. So we got Patrick here. And then we've got another one, Zach Bates. Zach Bates is showing out for the first time with the Nexus Sim Racing Leagues. We got a couple of new faces here, too. I mean, they race in the other leagues. Travis Manning. A phenomenal win he had at Daytona the past week. Just being able to do what he does best, really, and take the win there. That was a very cool win for him. He's showing up tonight. That's pretty cool. So we're going to be seeing the 88 car of Travis Manning going around the track. And then we've got some other regular Nexus Sim Racing League drivers, not regular to the short track series. Kenneth Coulson, he's here tonight. Matt Steven is here tonight as well. We also got Bryce Saucier. Oh, spicy Saucier. He's coming in tonight, ready to mix some things up. But will you look at that? Qualifying is over. Congratulations to James A. Morris. He takes pole for your first race here. We're going to real quick go into our prayer.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords, and most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa, and my two children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the Little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, 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 amen.
Boogity, 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 amen it is. We're going to pull up the grid, and we'll go through them real quick here. James Morris, your pole winner for tonight in the number 18 car, with Riley Mobley starting on the outside in the 05.
Starting third is Showtime, Rob Collier in the 02, with Scott Mayhew Jr. in the W car, starting fourth in the number 29.
Kyle Hendricks in the 15, starting P5 tonight, with Patrick Dobronsky in the number 23 car, starting P6.
Starting seventh, Spicy Bryce Saucier in the 4, with Brad Haldane in the 39, starting 8th.
We got Matt Steven in the 98 car, starting P9, with Kenneth Coulson on the outside of him in the 28 car, starting P10.
Starting 11th, Taylor Otten in the 06 car. And rounding out your top 12 starters here, Stephen Doughton in the 09 car.
And that is your top 12 for tonight. But one more thing, real quick. Okay, we as a channel, Dega Boys channel, we have hit 200 subscribers today. And I happen to know who the 200th subscriber was. It's my friend that I work with, Chad. Chad the man. He out here, our 200th subscriber. Thank you, Chad. It means so much to us. If you're watching right now, I told you to watch tonight. It's going to be some good stuff. And I hope you're ready. So as normal, we see the pace truck coming around. Lights off. We're going to go green flag racing this time by Jay. Go ahead. I cut you off there.
I just want to say, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Get ready. Buckle up. We're going to go short track racing, baby, on a Thursday night.
Absolutely. Matt Yo, Scott Mayhew, we see you in the chat. Thank you so much. Get ready. Grab your dinner. Drink it. Grab your beer and eat it. We're going green flag racing tonight. The 05 car getting a great jump on the outside over that 18 car, but it's not going to matter much. That 18 car on the inside clears the 05 on the exit of turn 2.
Wow, that was a bold move by Mobley, way up on the outside. Now he's got Collier to the inside. Move Collier up to P2. No, Mobley comes back at him going into turn 1.
We just saw a 3 wide. Oh, we got contact. The 02 car gets turned by the 05. That's Mobley getting into the left rear corner of Rob Collier. They're coming out of turn 2. The caution is out. We just caught a glimpse of that really early into this run. That was at the start of lap 2 there. 05 car making some contact with the 02 of Rob Collier. Let's go back and look at that real quick and see what happened. Here's Rob coming off of turn 2 here. The 05 looked like he was just trying to cross over, but not enough room. He makes contact with the 02 car, that beautiful orange and black. And my lord, are my eyes deceiving me? That's a dadgum Kia.
Wow. Yeah, you called it right. Tried to make a crossover there. Misjudged it just a little bit. Got into the back of Rob. I think they'll both be all right. Maybe their composure might not be all right, but their cars are all right. They'll be back at it.
Absolutely. Now we see the 18 car still leading this race. Riley Mobley up to second. And is it really a surprise to see that 29 car in P3?
No, we've been saying it week after week after week. You can't run up front this many times and not get a dub. Keep your eye on that 29 car tonight.
Yeah, that 29 car week in and week out, and it really just doesn't matter what series you're in. That 29 car is always going to be up front there, trying his best to lead this race. And if it's just my opinion here, Jay, I think that 29 car has almost no good luck. I mean, he just finds himself in a situation where it's out of his control, and it just really takes away his race.
Yeah, he's in that kind of situation. I kind of look at Rob Collier, the guy that's been winning a lot recently. He was kind of having that same luck at the beginning of the year in a lot of these series, and he's kind of turned it around. So maybe it's Mayhew Jr.'s time to turn it around.
Well, caution lights are off on this pace truck. Going around here at Southern National, we're going to go green flag racing here. The 18 car going to be leading this field to green, and we got the green flag out right now. The 18 car gets a great jump on the inside, which allows the 29 to get side by side with the 05 coming off at turn 2 right now. Now the 05 is battling real hard back. He gets right behind the 18 in front of the 29, and that relegates it back to a normal 1-2-3 with the 18, 05, and 29.
Wow, he was able to rip that top, was able to make up some time. Oh, as we see Bryce get a little sideways there on the bottom of Hendricks there. Move Hendricks into 5th as he's going to get right up against the wall. This is great driving right now.
Yeah, this is a great battle going on right here between Bryce and Kyle and the 15 and the 4. We're going to be still seeing them side by side. Maybe a little contact there going into turn 3. They all get it straightened out, but the 4 car is going to be the real winner here going into turn 1. The 05 or 06, excuse me, on the inside of the 15. The 15's really just dropping like a rock. He cannot stand to stay on the outside of this racetrack. He's got to get inside to hold his position at least and try to make up some ground. He's back to P9 now.
Oh, yeah, he's really fighting that car as now we're looking at the 23 car newcomer, Patrick Dubronsky here running 4th, trying to hold off Spicy Bryce Saucier here, who's all over his bumper.
Yeah, Bryce just licking at the chops right now, diving it real deep into turn 3, trying to get underneath that 23 car. It's not looking like he's going to get much done there. The 4 car still behind the 23 going into turn 1, but still all over his rear bumper.
Yeah, we're seeing some incredible driving here as we've got the top 3 kind of broken away here from your 4th and 5th and 6th place drivers. As Saucier goes back to the bottom. Dubronsky's leaving a lot of bottom open. Bryce is going to get a great run down the back. He's going to send it back down to the bottom. Oh, near contact as the 23 is going to hang on to that spot.
The 23 is having this ever-increasing gap to 3rd place right now. Him in 4th. Oh, Bryce gets real sideways off of turn 2. He's going to lose a lot of time off of that. He's got his teammate behind him, though. Matt Steven in that 98 car. I'm pretty sure he's going to cut him a break here. The 4 car is going to try to work his way back to the 23 coming off of turn 2 now.
Yeah, that's definitely not out of character for Bryce. He loves his car just yawed out sideways wherever he goes. Here he comes. He's charging back at the 23 car now. Looks like he's making up a little bit of time. Maybe have to find a little bit different line to get by him.
Yeah, the 4 car does look a little bit quicker. He is about a 10th quicker a lap than the 23 right now, so it's only a matter of time he's going to reel him back in. We are just now getting onto lap 14 with the leaders, so, you know, he's still got a little bit more time to do what he wants to do, but going into turn 3 now, the 4 car is just ever... Oh, we got a big...
Oh, your leader's around. Is that Morris?
It's Morris.
Oh, my.
All right, let's go
How
back.
things can change here in the National Tour.
Absolutely. Let's go back and look at this. This is some real developing news here. We had a battle for the lead. Oh, a little bit of contact with the 05 coming off of turn 2. The 29 gets involved a little bit as well. Getting a little bit of contact with that 18. Hopefully not too much damage to that 29 car. Now see
Short track racing, baby. That's what I see.
absolutely see that 18 car pretty much all the way back in last now. Looks like that 29 car really doesn't have a lot of damage from that little incident he had.
That's really going to bring the field back together, as we saw those front 3 actually kind of check out there on the 4th through about 8th or 9th there. So this is going to open the door back up for a lot more contenders here.
But then again, we see that 05 car contending to lead this race there. Just getting a little bit of contact with that 18 car, but regardless, that 05 car, excuse me, is fast.
It's like the lights are out on the pace truck. You know what that means?
Green flag racing, baby. We're going through turn 3 right now. That pace truck, he is going to go on to pit road. Excuse me. Coming off of turn 4 now. The 05 is leading this field to green. He gets a great jump on that restart. Looks like the 29 might be able to clear the 23, but he does not. The 23 is side by side with the 29 coming off of turn 2. Looks like the 29 has a little bit of a better run going down the back straightaway. He does. It looks like he's going to clear him off of turn 4, and that puts the 29 in P2.
Yeah, that's exactly what Mayhew needed to clear that 23 as fast as he could. Now he sets his sights on Mobley, your leader. Oh, and now Bryce sends it on the bottom. He thinks better of it. He relents that position to the 23 car.
The 23 car, we know, is just a little bit slower at the moment than the 4 car. The 4 car doing everything he can to try to get by this 23 car, as we now see a gap opening up between 2nd and 3rd. The 4 car of Bryce Saucier, he's getting a little impatient. He's got Taylor Otten behind him. So we'll see what Taylor can do coming off. Oh, as he gets sideways coming off the corner. Oh, we're rolling.
That's Stephen Haldane. We see the 1 car of Bates around as well in the background there. Big wreck.
That was a huge wreck.
You caught poor Otten there with the announcer's jinx. Just talking about him, too. Running so well.
All right, let's go back and look at this yellow flag. All right, with the 6 car, we saw get a little loose. Looks like he's a little loose on the entrance, too. Got a little help from the 98. Taking a tumble. I wonder if, is our buddy Tim Henderson here? Let's see.
But Haldane would have a great onboard of that as well.
Yeah, that's a great point here. Let's go ahead and go on board. Let's go with our Dega Boys camera with Brad Haldane. Ah. Just nowhere to go, that 98. Getting a little loose down the back straightaway. Coming up across the track and into him. All right. We're getting stacked back up. The 29 car still holding strong on a P2. That's a great performance we're seeing out of the 29 car. as well as the 05. The 05 leading this race again after his dominant performance last week.
Yeah, now that we're closing up on the halfway point, who are we looking at to maybe potentially get this win here in race 1? I'm looking at the number 4 car. I believe that he's got the pace, and if he could just find a way to make it work on that outside, get into this mix, I believe that you could see Saucier in the mix here.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, I really want to choose the 29, but every time I do, something bad happens. I'm going to go with newcomer, Patrick Dobronsky. I think he has nothing to lose. I think he's out here for some fun. He's going to get it done tonight, I think. So we now see the pace truck coming onto pit road. The 05 car leading the field to green with the green flag out in the air. The 29 trying to clear the 23 into turn 1. He does. The 29 off at turn 2 now with the 4 car on the outside of the 23 car. The 4 car trying to get around the 23 all night long, still not being able to do it. But don't discredit Brad Haldane. Brad Haldane is moving himself up, trying to fight for that position.
Yeah, that door closed on him. It looked like he had inside position on Bryce, and Bryce kind of closed the door on him. Bryce is still trying to run down this 23, finds a little bit of runoff, goes a little wide. He's still all over the bumper here at Patrick Dobronsky.
I can't imagine that car right now is handling very well. We see that 4 car just sideways going into the corner, coming off of the corner. But you know what they say about a loose race car, Jay? A loose race car is a fast race car, and that 4 car, he's coming.
Yeah, he is flying. He's always comfortable being uncomfortable, and that's what it takes to be successful. Here he is, still trying to chase down this 23 car as he is sideways out of every corner.
Yeah, I just think that the 4 car just needs a little bit of clean air. We see this huge gap now opening up between 3rd and 2nd place. Scott Mayhew being able to hold pretty close to the leader at the moment. Right here you can see the 29 car probably has a pretty comparable setup. Oh, and we got a yellow. Oh, there's the 98.
Yeah, it went from bad to sour here with the Sundrop car.
Yeah, and he unfortunately tows to pit road. We'll go ahead and look to see what happened with these guys. Let's go ahead and look. With Matt Steven, he's already around, obviously, when the caution comes out. We'll see what happens here with the 98. It looks like he got a little bit of help with that 1 car of Zach Bates. 98 car thinking better of it to get back out of track. That was the leaders right there.
Yeah, that would have been a bold move.
All right, so we're going to be coming to green here. This is halfway point right now in the first of the Twin 50s. We see the 05 car being extremely strong, the 29 car being able to match that speed. That 4 car, though, trying to get around the 23 car is a struggle bus for that 4 car. We'll see what he can do on this restart.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if that outside line can fire off. It looks like they can drive it in a little bit further on the outside going into turn 1 than the inside line can. It's just the drive off is where they lose their time. See if maybe one of them can figure it out, whether it's the 29 or the 4 car up here on the outside.
So, we know how dominant this 05 car is, right? I mean, he came out last week. It was his first showing. He put on a great performance, won both of the Twin 50s, all right? This is a great moment for him to come out here and try to do it again, to pretty much solidify that he is here to win. There is nobody who is in his wake, nobody in his way, nobody who can stop him. He's trying to prove that point tonight, I believe, but I think that 29 car can do something about that. As we now see the pace truck coming into pit road, the 05 car, green flag is out, and he gets another great jump onto this field. The 29 car right behind him. We now see the 4 car and the 23 car side by side coming off the corner. Maybe a little contact made there. But now the 4 car all over the rear bumper of that 23. The 4 car still struggling. Oh, we got lots of contact with the outside wall. That was Rob Collier right there making contact.
Are my eyes deceiving me? Has Collier driven himself all the way back up to the top 5? Here comes Showtime. He's moving his way to the front.
Absolutely. Another great, spectacular drive by that O2 car who just continues to show it race after race. He is the man, Showtime, coming up here to try to win this race.
Yeah, now look at Mayhew Jr. has kind of got a little bit of a gap, keeping it pretty even there with Mobley as we got a caution on the track. Oh, it's your leaders! Your leaders are around.
Oh, wow. I completely missed that.
Oh, Mayhew's in it.
That's just terrible.
Yeah, it looked like the 18 car went sideways in front of the leaders. I didn't quite catch what happened there. We'll have to run that replay back.
Yeah, we're absolutely going to run that back. All right, let's look at this. We're going to go ahead and be looking at this 29 car, Scott Mayhew, see what happened here. Oh, the 18 car is already in the middle of the track. Wow, we need to look at this from the 28 car, or the 18 car, excuse me. Wow, yeah, he's already around at the time of this. Oh, he made, or the 06 made a little contact with him. He's trying to get his car back around. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, the caution was already out and the leaders didn't quite see it in time to react. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's
wrong
terrible.
Wrong place, wrong time there for the 29 car and several others behind.
That is just terrible luck right there. So right now, we've got the 18 on pit road, the 29 on pit road, and the 98 on pit road. Well, we also got the 09 and the 87 as well. All those guys being caught up in some incidents, causing them to be there. Unfortunate for the 29 car, but fortunate. Look at that 23 car. He's making the most of it in P2 right now.
Yeah, and I think the row you want to watch here on this restart is that second row. You got Saucier on the bottom. You got Collier up on the outside. This is going to get wild here.
Yeah, absolutely. We know these drivers to take every chance that they can to get themselves to the front. We got lights off on the pace truck. We're going green flag. Right now, the pace truck coming off the racing surface to go down pit lane, and the 05 leading the field to green with the green flag out. He gets another great start as we now see the 4 car in the inside of the 23. Now the 4 car finally gets around the 23 coming off of turn 2. But watch the crossover. Here comes the crossover going into turn 3. And they make contact, the 23 and the 4. The 4 goes down pit road. The 23 and the 4 making contact for this caution flag. So you now see the 4 car coming back around. We caught that on Prime TV right there. Ladies and gentlemen, you can catch that nowhere else but here at Dega Boys Broadcasting. Let's go ahead and look at that replay and see what happened. We saw a great crossover move by the 23, now going into turn 3. 23 and the 4 getting together there, and the 4 getting the worst end of that deal.
Yeah, the drama in the national tour here, that's just some short track racing at its finest. You can't get it anywhere else, like Tom said, other than the Dega Boys Broadcasting. What great racing we were seeing.
Oh, what happened to the 05?
My goodness, this race is getting flipped all up on its head here.
05 is at the back of the pack here. What happened there? Well, would you look at that? Newcomer, Patrick Jablonski. He is your leader in that 23 car. We've got the 02 of Rob Collier in second place and Brad Haldane in P3.
Wow, I just can't believe Showtime getting spun early. He's already back up here on the front row. Can Showtime get it done?
Wow, this is just crazy. But look at this. Again, lights are off on the pace truck. He is coming off the racing surface, going down pit road. We're going to see the 23 lead the field to green. The green flag is out in the air, and the 23 does not get a good start. The 02 on the outside is side by side with him, going through 1 and 2 right now. Can the outside lane prevail? Doesn't really look like it at the moment. The 23 now prevails on the inside. The 02 is relegated to second place. We got Brad Haldane fighting with him for second now as well. We got a good side-by-side battle with Kenneth Coulson and Kyle Hendricks off of turn 2.
Wow, and there's your leader all day, Mobley. He's back in the mix. As now you see Collier challenging the 23 car now, looking to the outside. He draws closer to his bumper. The 23 gets a little sideways. They're going around lap traffic now. Where does Collier go?
Lap traffic is something that they really haven't had to deal with before. The 02 car trying his best to get around this 23 at the moment. Coming off of turn 2 now. He might have a run. No, he doesn't. The 23 takes a defensive line going into turn 3 and through the back straight. Coming off of turn 4 now. The defensive line is still there. The 02 can't do nothing with it.
Wow, Collier's trying to open up the entrance there, going a little wide, getting a great run down the back. Does he have enough room to get to the inside here of Dabrowski? It doesn't look like it this time. Oh, he's got a run. Here comes Showtime to the bottom, going into turn 1.
The 23 slams the door shut right in front of the 02 car's face. Nothing that the 02 can do about it. He relents and lets the position stay with the 23. But coming off of turn 4 now, we see that 02 car really strong. Not being able to get a run this time by, but we'll see what he can do going down the back straightaway.
Oh, he draws right up to his bumper, but don't look now. Closing in fourth is the guy Mobley, and the 05 closing in on this battle is now Showtime goes to the bottom again going into 1. He's going to get right to the inside. Dabrowski leaves a lot of bottom open, side by side down the back.
Again, oh, the 23 shuts the door, but the 02 gets into him. The 05 slams into the 02 and grits a little bit of damage there. We'll see who's leading this race. What a crazy sequence of events that we're seeing here. Maybe it is the 05 car who's leading this race at the moment.
I can't believe what I just saw. This race is just turning up and getting wild out here. This is some great racing we were seeing.
So it looks like the 05 goes back to third place. Rob Collier leads this race. We'll see if that's true. It's looking like it's true that 02 car, the new leader of this race. And look at this, the 39 car of Brad Haldane in P2.
This is so unpredictable. I feel like everything we thought was going to happen about 10 laps ago just got thrown right out the window with all of the adversity everybody's fighting through.
Let's go ahead and look at that.
I don't know what's going to happen next.
Let's look at this replay. I want to go on board with Rob here and see his point of view. We'll go on board with the Digga Boys camera, see what happened going into turn 3. Oh, I don't think Rob expected him to check up that much.
Yeah, and I don't think Rob expected the 23 car to come down to the bottom either. I think he was expecting the 23 to be wide or giving him the bottom, and it just didn't play out that way.
Let's go and look at it from a different point of view here. Yeah, Rob just got into the rear of the 23 there. Unfortunate, but that's just, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. I do want to note something here, though. So let's just look at the top 3 right now. We got a mix of damage here, right? These top 3 cars, they've been in a couple of accidents. In 4th place, we've got Kenneth Coulson. He's got a clean car. In 5th place, we've got Kyle Hendricks. He's got a clean car. Does that really mean that much? We're about to find out. We got lights off on the pace truck. It's coming off the racing surface. Going down pit lane right now. The 02 car leading the field of green with the green flag in the air. He gets a great jump on this with Brad Haldane now. Battling for second place with the 05. It is no match. The 05 just completely drives by the 39 through turns 1 and 2. And now the 05 sets his sights on the leader of Rob Collier.
Yeah, now we have Collier and we have Mobley against each other here. Now Mobley goes wide, trying to find a little bit of traction on corner exit. He's drawing even closer to Showtime. Oh, Showtime was got a little loose off the corner. Here comes Mobley.
With 10 laps to go in this race, the 0-2 is trying to defend the race lead at the moment, but it might not be enough. The 0-5 on the inside of the 0-2 coming off of turn 4 now. We'll see what the 0-2 car can do. Not much at all. The 0-5 car is there. They make a little contact in 1 and 2, and that relegates the 0-2 to continue to lead this race. The 0-5 trying everything he can do to get around that 0-2 car. Not successful that time by. Oh, we got a crash in the back.
We see Otten around. Man, this race is heating up.
All right, give me a second there to catch my breath as we see the 06 go around again. We'll go back and look at this yellow flag and see what happened with that 06 coming off of turn 4. Oh, I'm sorry, that was green flag. My bad. Here we go. This is the yellow flag event here, I promise. I got a little help from the 4 car there coming off of turn 4. The 06 4 car getting together. The 06 is still out on track. Doesn't need to pit there.
So it looks like we're going to get a restart with 9 laps to go. 9-lap shootout here in the National Tour.
Yeah, this is...
Man.
I think it's going to heat up even more. I think this is going to be some great racing we're going to see between the 0-2 and the 0-5. See what the 39 can do. Maybe he learned a little bit of something on that restart. Last time, maybe caught a little bit sleeping there.
Yeah, this is going to put Mobley up to the outside on this restart, opposed to the inside on the last restart. We know how dominant that bottom is. The outside's able to drive it in a little deeper, we've noticed, for most of these restarts, but coming off of turn 2, seems like the inside always prevails. Still, like, I guess I'm beating on a dead tree, but I think that somebody's going to make that outside work. I just have a feeling.
I think if it's anybody who can make that outside work, it's the 0-5 car.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. I think, yep, lights are out on the pace truck. That means
we're going green flag racing this time by. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have 9 laps of racing in this first Twin 50. We're going to have 9 laps left this first Twin 50. We might be doing a single file restart here with less than 10 to go. Green flag is out. The 0-2 car getting a jump on the 0-5. Not much, though. The 0-2 going into turn 1 now. We'll see what the 0-5 does to react coming off of turn 2.
Wow, Mobley got a great run off that corner. He's going to stay right behind Collier. He's going to get a great drive. Almost makes contact with all. He takes it to the bottom. Showtime leaves him a lot of room. Here comes Mobley. Contact.
There's a huge bit of contact right there. Coming off of turn 2, the 0-5 car doing everything he can to get the 0-2 upset. It's not working that well. The 0-2 making the outside work. We were just talking about this, Jay, but the 0-2 is going to try and prevail on the outside. He does a crossover move going into turn 3. He stuffs it in deep.
Here comes Collier back at Mobley. He doesn't make it happen. Does he send it back in here in turns 1? Looks like he's not going to be able to. New leader, Mobley now.
0-2 doing everything he can to try and get back up to the inside of this 0-5 car going into the corner. He might be able to do it this time by. It does not look like it now through 1 and 2, and he's coming off of turn 2 now. A little bit sideways. He lost a lot of ground to the 0-5. It might all be but over.
They're coming to get 3 laps to go this time at the line. Collier still trying to track down Mobley. Mobley's car is just looking like it's on rails. Is Collier sideways? He's digging.
I think that gap has increased too much. The only thing that could save this 02 car for a shot is a caution, and I don't think it's going to happen. With the 05 car right now of Riley Mobley just driving away from the rest of the field. We might have a battle here for third with Brad Haldane and the 4 car of Bryce Saucier. We got white flag in the air. We'll see what the 39 can do to keep this 4 car back.
Yeah, as we got a battle here for third. Bryce versus Haldane. It looks like Haldane might hang on to it. Back to the leader, Mobley, coming off of turn 4 to take race number 1 here at Southern National.
Brad Haldane holds on to that third spot. That will be rounding out your podium here as we see some shenanigans going down on the back straightaway with Rob Collier finishing second. Excuse me.
Now that makes it 3 in a row here for Mobley here in the National Tour. He is on a tear.
He absolutely is. We're on a 7-minute warm-up now. Let's go ahead, bring up our race winner, Riley Mobley. Hey, Riley, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, Riley, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I got a copy.
All right, we got your race 1 winner here tonight, the 05 car of Riley Mobley. First off, congratulations. You make it 3 in a row. Tell us a little bit about your race. What'd you have to overcome? We saw you... Actually, I do have a very specific question. What happened there at the end when you got relegated all the way to the back there?
We miscalculated our fuel numbers, and we were going to run out of fuel. So we came back down, put 2 gallons of fuel in it, and then just got really aggressive.
So, you got your fuel wrong. You put some more fuel in it. You go all the way to the back.
Set up right.
And you drive all the way to the front. Unbelievable! That is just an unbelievable showcase of driving that you just did right there. Crazy. Tell us, though, maybe how did you get that done? Just tell us what you had to overcome driving through the field like that. You there?
Oh, sorry. Apparently, I got muted again.
It's okay.
The big problem was really just passing on the bottom. It was really hard to get the move done. I was lucky that the O2 kind of messed up on the top, gave me the room to run, and we just made it through the field. I don't know how I did it. I didn't really expect to.
Well, fortunately, unfortunately, maybe, you have to do it again now with the second Twin 50 with the field being inverted. So is your strategy any different than what we saw in the first race on what you're going to try and do in the second race?
It's the same, besides the fact we're going to add more fuel.
Okay.
We're going to start with more fuel.
Hey, that's a pretty good strategy if you ask me. But, great job on that first Twin 50. Jay, do you have anything for Riley?
Yeah, just talk about that battle there with Rob late. Did you think that you had enough to get him? Obviously, you did get it done, but what were you thinking during that battle?
I think I did have enough to get it done. It was just a matter of it being so hard to battle the top because the top would just get the run out the corner. You had to somehow just make them misdrive the exit and just squeeze them out. I was fortunate that the O2 got loose on the top of turn 3, kind of gave me the lane, and he kind of almost spun himself and it gave me the lane to just run.
Alrighty, well, last question. Who do you have to thank for your win here, making it 3 in a row?
I've got to thank the 2 idiots in the room next to me. They've been cheering me on. My best friends showed up for this race in person. Yeah. They're here. I got to thank 83 Racing, my buddy Pat Dorbransky, the guy who's running first for a little bit.
Heck yeah.
Friend of mine, helped me make races. Zach Bates, the number 1 car, great friend of mine. And you guys have always been awesome broadcasters since I've been here. Keep up the good work. What keeps me coming back.
Awesome. Hey, we're very thankful for those kind words. So thank you for that. I hope you come back nonetheless and continue to put on this great content that we get to broadcast to everybody. So thank you for that. And Riley, good luck in the next Twin 50. and we'll see you soon.
See ya. Hopefully after this race, I'll see you again.
Yep, exactly. All right, that was your P1 driver there for the first Twin 50. Now, with the second Twin 50J, we're going to be seeing an invert. We're going to be seeing that '05 car starting in the back. We know he can get it done. This time, though, he's putting a little bit more fuel in it and, fixing his strategy a little bit. So, what can we expect out of that 5 car? Can we maybe expect a little bit of over-aggressiveness where he might be caught up in a couple wrecks? Can we expect that 5 car, or that '05 car, to just cleanly, methodically work his way to the front? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he's going to be a factor. I think he'll get there sooner than later in this second main event. We saw it with Rob. He had that early collision, went right to the back, and fought his way all the way back to the lead and actually led that race late and battled with Mobley there. And we saw Mobley even at one point go not as far back as Rob, but he did go back quite a bit there pretty late in that run and still was able to come back and get that dub. So I wouldn't expect much different out of Mobley or Collier starting in the back here to drive their way up to the front.
I think nonetheless it's going to be very interesting to watch the '02 car, the '05 car, even the 39. The 39 was showing some great speed there too. So the one I'm looking at the most though right now is that 29 car. That 29 car just getting caught up in bad luck once again and not being able to finish the first Twin 50 because of some accidents. Now again, that brings up another great point. That 18 car. The 18 car was very fast, and he showed us in multiple races how fast he was. So what are your expectations with those 2 cars?
Yeah, I can expect both of them to be a factor in this race. I know that they're going to be starting probably mid-pack because of their instance. They still had the pace. Mayhew Jr. will be starting towards the front because, like you noted, didn't make it to the end of that race. So I expect if you get one of those 2 in the front, they can maintain that track position and they could potentially win this race.
And then one more thing, Jay. Patrick Dabrowski. He was fast, and he was able to put that car wherever he needed and get it done in the short amount of time that he was in the front. Now, can we expect to see that car back up front?
Yeah, I would expect it completely. I mean, he had the pace. Didn't have exactly the luck you need in short track racing, but I could definitely see him being a factor in this second main event.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are just wrapping up this warm-up. It is checkered flag as we speak. We're going to be seeing these cars grid up for the second time for this second Twin 50 lap race here at Southern National. We'll go ahead, and when it allows, we'll pull up the grid. We'll go through our top 12 here. And starting on pole, unfortunately, is me in the 8 car with Imperial Motorsports. And starting on the outside, that is Travis Manning in the 88 car, starting P2.
Starting third is the 98 car there of Matt Steven with Scott Mayhew Jr. in the 29 car, starting fourth.
Starting fifth is James Morris in the 18 car, and starting sixth is Robert Gast in the 87.
Starting seventh, Kyle Hendricks in the number 15 car, and starting eighth in the 09, Steven Dowden.
Javone Thompson in the 93 car starting 9th, with Zach Bates on the outside of him in the 1 car starting 10th.
Starting 11th, we talked about him in the number 23, Patrick Dabrowski, and starting 12th in that 06 car, Taylor Otten.
And that is your top 12 for this second race. We are going to be seeing the... It's not going to be me because I'm sitting right here, but we're probably going to be seeing that 29 car leading this field to green. See, yeah, 29 car leading this field to green. That's a great sight to see there. We talked about the 29 car, how fast he is. And we also talked about the 18 car. The 18 car is going to be starting up there as well. So we'll be seeing that 18 car starting on the inside. He probably has a little bit of better positioning there than the 29. We're going to go one more time around before we go green flag racing.
That's one good thing about the invert in this series is if you do have bad luck in that first race, your chance of starting towards the front in the second one are very high, and you could turn your whole night around right here, right now. Let's see what happens.
Yep, absolutely. We're, again, I guess the 29 is the leader on this start, but we'll see. We'll see who can overcome this restart here. We got green flag in the air, the 29 and the 18 still side by side coming across the start-finish line. Going into turn 1 now, the 18 on the bottom side. He overpowers and overcomes coming off of turn 1. He is the leader of your race with the 29 still on the outside of the 15, but his P2 at the moment. The 15 fighting real hard on the inside to try to take that position away.
Wow, this is a great battle. As we see the 09 around, that's Steven Doughton. There's a caution. Just unfortunate. He's starting up on the outside there in the second row.
Unfortunate to see that 09 car go around. Go ahead and look at this replay here. What caused the yellow flag? We got the 09 here. Right now, makes a little contact outside wall. Makes a little contact with the 23. 06, or the 86, excuse me, gets involved there. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, we're basically now just going to re-rack them and run them up as we were on that front row again here with Mayhew and Morris. But look who's up here on the outside of the second row. We got Javone Thompson making his name felt at the beginning of this race at the front of the pack.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good sight to see when you got the 93 so far up here. He might have something, you know, get him a little bit of clean air and see what that car can do.
Yeah, as now the lights are out on the pace truck. You know what that means?
Green flag racing. Well,
and then they turned them back on, so I'm all out of whack here.
that's all right. Well, regardless, we're going to see some green flag racing anyways. On another restart, something like that, you know.
Yeah, I just want to bring to note that I think that whoever on this front row can get ahead of the other, they have a great chance of kind of checking out from this field. Those two cars on that front row are extremely fast. I'm excited to see it. Now the lights are out. Now we know what time it is.
Yes, sir. We're going to be seeing that flag man wave the green flag. We're going to be seeing some green flag racing. Good green flag racing. And, get you guys a good look here. The green flag is now waving in the air. We've got the 18 car leading the field to green. Now we've got the 18 taking control of the lead with the 29 on the outside of the 15. The 15 possibly get a little loose, but the 29 makes a little contact. As we see in the back, we got a lot of carnage looking like it's happening with that one car, Zach Bates. He's getting into the wall coming off the corner. They straighten it out, but going back up to the front here. Oh, the 923 gets into the 15.
Oh.
The 05 is around as well.
Oh, that's big news there for Mobley. Kind of caught up in that. Same with Steven.
Up. 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 Oh, don't let it happen again, 29. Oh. That was almost bad. That happened last week. The 29 just got pile drived last week. Checking up for some other cars there. All right, let's go ahead and look at this replay. Let's go ahead and look at the 23 car. The 23 making a little contact with the 15. Oh, something weird happened there. Lots of contact in the back. Yeah, just unfortunate. That's some lap 3, lap 4 shenanigans happening. Unfortunately, taking a couple cars down pit road to get some repairs.
Yeah, as now we're doubling them back up. We got Morris and we got Mayhew Jr. on the front row. Dabrowski has moved himself up to third. And look at this, Jonathan Golden in that crush car. He is now going to be lined up fourth.
Really some great perseverance by this 86 car. We saw him get beat up a lot in the last race. He's got a little bit of damage here. Going to the restart. That's going to be on lap 5. So we'll see what that 86 car can do to contend with the cars in front of him. Lights are out on the pace.
We're going to be going green flag racing, right?
Yeah. We're just on it tonight, baby. We're ready to get some green flag racing in. The 29 and 18 going to be duking it out on this restart. The green flag out in the air. The 18 getting not as good of a restart as what he would have liked, but still the 29 is going to try and get behind the 18. He does. He's going to be able to use that bottom lane as now we see the top 3 single file.
Yeah, as now it looks like Morris is actually kind of stretched out a little bit here on Mayhew Jr. Can he run some consistent lap times, close that gap as we see the one car a little sideways off of that corner? As he's on the inside of Javone Thompson now. This is a great battle.
Yeah, these guys are going side by side. We see the 39 grab a little bit of wall there. Now going through 1 and 2, still side by side. These cars are very evenly matched with speed. This creates some great racing as we see the 02 there as well. The 05 is all the way in the back. He won last twin. We'll see what he can do to get around this. So we go 3 wide for a brief second there with the 02 car.
Wow, Haldane got a little sideways. He follows in behind Collier. He's going to try and follow him through. As now Mobley's behind Javone Thompson there on the outside. He's got to try and find a way around as he's stuck back here in traffic.
Oh, and Javone Thompson grabs a little bit of wall there. So does the 05. The 05 is just being held up at the moment. This is everything that Rob Collier wants. Rob Collier wants him to be able to get hung up with these these slower cars back here, so Rob can get a good lead. As you can see him now, Rob, he's up to 6th place. He's working over 5th right now with that Zach Bates machine in the 1 car.
Oh, Haldane's around off the front of Houghton. No caution. Oh, Houghton's into the wall. That might bring out a caution. Oh, he's rolling down the front here. Oh, my goodness. There's the caution.
And he's hurt. This 06
that's a
car,
lot of damage.
Man, he's taking a beating tonight. We caught him rolling in the last race, and then this race. Oh, man. See what happens here between the 06 and the 39. Ooh. It's a good thing we rewinded this a little bit. 06 getting into the 39 just a little bit. Oh, that's... You know what? That's 2 flips in 2 races. I think the 06 just might want to park it. I don't know what else you'd want to do there. He's just asking.
That's what I was going to say. He's 2 for 2 on rolling that thing tonight.
The next thing he's going to get is his certified astronaut patch. He'll be able to sew onto his race suit there. Next thing we know, he's going to be taking a trip to Mars. We got that 06 car now down pit lane, going to be making some extensive repairs there. Now we've got a report, 87 car out of this race, 98 out of this race, and the 4 car of Bryce Saucier out of this race.
Well, now we're going to see Mayhew Jr. on the outside of Morris again on another restart. And it's been kind of the whole theme of the night is who is going to get that great restart on the outside and actually be able to take the lead. Can it be Mayhew this time? Who knows?
And I think, though, that it's worth mentioning here that the 29 can stick with the 18 until going into turn 1, where the 18 gets the bottom lane, and then from there it's over. But it really just goes to show how much speed that 29 car has over that 18, or comparable to the 18 on these restarts, and maybe he can make something work, make it happen. We now see the lights off on the pace truck. Kyle Hendricks says ow in the chat. I tend to agree there. I wouldn't want to be a part of that crash. But pace truck is off the racetrack, going down pit lane. The 18 car taking the green flag again, side by side with the 29 going into turn 1. But says the 29 does not have the bottom lane. The 18 is going to be able to hold on to that lead while the 29 takes over second. We've got the 23 in third place now, but don't hold your breath. Here comes Rob Collier in the 02.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a matter of time before Showtime got to the front. Here he is. He moves into fourth past Jonathan Golden here. Now he sets his eyes on Dabrowski in third. Is there a Golden sideways? Oh, and they save it. What a job by these drivers.
Wow. Insane car control that these guys have. That was just an iRacing top 10 right there, baby. That was crazy.
As now Collier is looking to the outside of Dabrowski here in the 23 car. He's going to try and make it happen. Oh, he gets a little sideways. Dabrowski goes a little defensive down the straightaway there. As now Collier is going to close up even closer now. Where does he go with this run? Back to the outside.
We got a caution. That's Javone. Maybe just getting a little sideways off of that corner. We'll go back and look and see what happened here. It's going into turn 3 now. Unfortunately, just a little sideways. He saves it, though. Not a lot of damage to his car. And look at this. We've got the 05 car right behind Rob Collier.
Yeah, you just can't keep that man down. There's the speed of that car, the driving ability behind the wheel. It's just nothing's going to deny him from getting to the front of this race by the end of it.
So I also think it's worth mentioning here that 05 car, he's going to restart on the inside, while the 02 car, he's going to be restarting on the outside. Can that 23 car get a good jump?
Yeah, I think anything can happen at this point. We've seen it all tonight. I mean, I don't think there's anything that could surprise me. But then again, it's the National Tour and the Nexus Sim Racing guys, and these guys just know how to put on a show. I'm ready.
Absolutely.
This is going to be wild.
Well, here's the best part about it, Jay. We're only 16 laps into this race. We still got a lot to go. 17 now, excuse me.
Yeah, there's a lot that's ready to be happening in front of our eyes here. As now we see, like I said, the outside line with Mayhew and Collier now. Let's see what they can do. It's just a matter of time. That outside line is going to end up working out. Maybe it's this time.
Well, we see lights off on the pace truck. We are going green flag racing this time by. We'll see what that 29 can do on the outside. We'll see what the 02 car can do on the outside. I think one of the bigger jobs here is that 23 car holding off the 05. Maybe that 05 can get something done where we might possibly see a 3-wide situation. I would not be surprised. But we got the pace truck going down pit road right now. Green flag out in the air. The 18 car and the 29 again side by side. Going into turn 1, the 29 car is going to relent to second. He gets behind the 18 as we now see the 02 making a power move on the outside of the 23. But here comes the 05. The 05 trying to get underneath the 23. He spins him. Coming off of turn 4.
Man, we're seeing some short track racing at its finest here. That was wild. I thought they were going to go 3 wide there for a second. That was wild.
Let's go ahead and look at what happened there. As we go look again to see what happened. The 05 just really hot in there. Gets a piece of that 23. 23 goes around. Some great avoidance there, though, by all the other drivers going around that 23. Unfortunately, gonna go back to 11th place. He's got a lot of work cut out for him. try to get back up to the front. So we now see Rob in P3 and Mobley in P4. So now the O2 car, he's going to be restarting on the inside. But will you look at this? What's, is that Scott Mayhew leading this field right now?
We must have missed something because now we got Mayhew to the front.
We got still lights on the pace truck. Let's go back and look at this yellow flag real quick and see where the 29 car was at the time of caution. Interesting. Huh. All right, well.
Huh.
Lights are off on the pace truck.
Maybe they're working together here to strategize this restart? I don't know.
Well, lights off on the pace truck. It's coming down pit road right now. The 29 car going to be leading your field to green. We got green flag in the air. We got a little bit of a stack up on the inside. The O2 car really going to lose out on this situation as the 29 and 18 go side by side off of turn 2 now.
Oh, we got carnage. It looked like someone threw a banana peel onto the track. We had cars sliding everywhere.
And the O2 car.
Oh, Collier's around.
O2 car just getting the worst restart you could ever ask for right there. We're going to go back and look at this yellow flag. And see, I really want to see what happened on that restart because we saw a huge checkup here coming off at turn 4. Let's look at our chopper cam. See what we can find. Just a big old accordion effect there. The 86 takes it 3 wide into turn 1. This is not... Oh, the 09 gets loose off of turn 2 and turns the... Oh. There's a lot happening there. I think 2 separate incidents at the same time. See the 17 involved too. Rob's on pit road right now, probably getting some damage repaired. Now we see that 18 car back up front. He made it work on the outside.
Yeah, he did. That was a very good restart by him. The 29 just did not get going on that restart.
Maybe it just a little bit too much nerves there coming on with the 29. Not being able to execute like he needed to. That's alright. 29's going to be able to retain that second place position. Got lights still on the pace truck. We might be looking at lights off this time by. Lights are off. We're going green flag racing this time by.
Is fuel a concern? We know Mobley basically ran out in that first one. We've ran so many laps under caution. You think that's a concern?
Hey, that's a good point. I never was not thinking about that. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, though. The 18 car going to lead the field to green with the green flag out in the air right now. Got the 05 all over the rear bumper of the 18 with the 29 still on the outside. The 05 is going to prevent him from coming down into the bottom lane right now as the 29 grabs a little bit of wall coming off of turn 2. The top 3 go single file.
Yeah, move Mobley up to P2 from the back all the way up to P2 as now Mayhew looks to the bottom of Mobley. He can't make it happen as now we got the first 3 kind of spread out here.
Yeah, these top 3 drivers, they are pulling away from the field. The 18 still leading this race with the 05 hot on his tail. But don't discredit that 29. I think that 29 is saving something in the bank to be able to use at the end of this race. Maybe the 29 going to be able to go to the front.
Yeah, all 3 of these cars are extremely fast, and they're staying close in touch with each other as now Morris is kind of controlling the race. That's what he does best. We've seen it before. He can control a race so well as now Mobley is getting pressured by Mayhew Jr. now. As he gets a little sideways, that's going to open the door for Mayhew. He takes it to the bottom. What a move! Power move by Mayhew Jr.
And that puts the 29 in P2, but don't hold your breath just yet. The 05 looking like he might do a crossover coming down the front straightaway, but it's not going to be enough. The 29 holding on to second place as we speak.
Wow, this is exactly what Morris wants to see in his rearview mirror. He wants to see these guys mixing it up behind him while he can just check out and say, see you later, boys. I'm going to win this race.
I think the 05 might be pushing a little bit harder than what he would normally like to. He's grabbing a little bit of wall off of corners. He grabbed a little bit of wall there as well. The 29 just holding on to that second place position right now, reeling in first place little by little. He is quicker at the moment.
Yeah, he's running like on rails right now as these front three have kind of checked out from the pack. It's a kind of a battle here. We got a caution. Doughton's around.
Javone, looks like Javone
Thompson
is around as well. And we got a roadblock. Oh, it happened. You saw it live on TV. It happened.
Wow, that's going to be some damage to your leader there of Morris. Does it look like Colson might have gotten into the back of him there?
All right, let's look at this yellow flag. Let's look at Steven Downton here going in to turn 1 at the moment. Might have gotten a little bit of a hip check by the 23. And that is what brought out your caution there.
Well, we got a good little run there getting us to the halfway point as we see Morris is still your leader, catching up to the pace truck now. Mayhew second. We got Mobley in third. We got the one car of Bates in fourth. And then it's anybody's guess on who's fifth through the rest of the field at this point.
I think your 5th place right now is Brad Haldane. Behind him, we got Patrick Dobronsky. Behind him, Kenneth Coulson.
Well, since we're halfway through this race, I'm kind of thinking of who's going to actually pull this race victory off. I'm looking none other than the 29 car. I think he gets it done.
Yeah, I am going to have to agree with you there, Jay. The 29 car just looking like he can get it done. He might not have that short run speed like the 18, but if give him the long run, that 29 car can get it done. What I am most surprised about, though, is the lack of speed out of that 05 car. He might have a little bit of damage. We don't really know the extent, but what we saw in that last run there, the 29, was faster. So we now see the pace truck. He's going to be coming off the racing surface, coming down pit road. Green flag will be out in the air. The 18 restarting this field. Not getting a good enough restart over that 29, but going into turn 1, he's going to have the preferred line. He's going to clear the 29 as we now see the 29 and 05 side by side going into turn 3 now. The 05 trying to pull it off, coming off of turn 4. He won't be able to get it done. He gets turned.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
It looked like he thought he had him cleared. It just wasn't clear.
I think actually what happened there, the 05 turned across the 29's nose there. We'll go ahead and look at that replay and see what happened. Let's go on board with our Dega Boys camera with the 29. Give us a little bit of a better view. Yeah. That's just unfortunate for the 05. But that puts the 39 in P3.
Yeah, is this turning into a race of attrition here?
Yeah,
And now Haldane is up to P3 like you mentioned. This is just called fighting through adversity. Just
yeah.
avoiding everything and winding up in the front of this field.
I think anything can happen here. If the 29 and the 18 get into each other for the lead of this race, man, it blows this thing wide open, doesn't it?
Oh, I know. And then you got Dobronsky back here in fourth. He had a rough go at the beginning, and he's climbed his way back up to the front of this field. Just the adversity. I mean, we mentioned it at the top. We said if the 18 and the 29, if they could just maintain their track position, it's going to be hard to get by them. And that's what they've continued to do. They haven't really gotten any damage. They've been really consistent, fast lap times, maintained the track position, and just kind of let everything happen behind them.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've just seen some great driving out of this 18 car, out of this 29 car to keep those cars up front. That's all they need to do. That's all they need to do to pull off a good finish for tonight, bring home some good points, and see if they can, or maybe the 29 can win the race, or maybe 18. We already know the 18's won a race. The 29 is still searching for his first one. Maybe he's a little bit desperate.
As now the lights are out.
And we're going to be going green flag racing. The pace truck is going to be pulling off the racing surface, going down pit road now. The green flag is going to be out in the air, and the 18 going to be leading this field to green. There's a little bit of a check up there from the 18 car. The 39 didn't have enough time to react, but that puts the 23 in P3 now. The 29 all over the rear bumper of the 18 going into 3 now, and we'll see what he can do coming off of turn 4.
Wow, Mayhew Jr. got a way better restart that time. He's actually staying right there on the bumper of that 18 car. As now we got Dubronski up here in third, right in front of Haldane. This race is heating up here.
This might be the battle to watch here between the 39 and the 23. The 39 really fast, but we know how well that 23 car turns. He can put that car anywhere and make it happen. And we'll see what the 39 can do to get around the 23.
Yeah, fellow Canadians duking it out here for the podium spot here. Haldane all over the back of Dubronski. Can Haldane make it happen? Oh, he's tight. Oh, man, near contact off the corner.
This is a great battle we're seeing right now. The 23 not as fast as the 29 or the 18. Can't keep up with them, and the 39 is all over the rear bumper of that 23 as you see him get a little loose off of turn 2. The 39 trying different lines to get around him. He's maybe getting a run down the front straightaway. No, he gets loose as we now see them spread out a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like Haldane's cars kind of went away on him a little bit here as now Javon Thompson actually closes in on him a little bit. Kind of even gap between third, fourth, and fifth here.
Yeah. Oh, we got a yellow. Is it Rob? It's Rob. Oh,
Man, he's just had a rough night tonight.
That is unfortunate. We'll go ahead and look at that replay of Rob and see what happened. Looks like through 3 and 4 now. Gets a little help from the 17. 15, nowhere to go. And the 09, nowhere to go. Unfortunate. See, now comes down pit road, probably for some damage repair here. That 02 car. We still see the 18 car lead this race.
I know that 29 car was actually gaining a little bit of time there on that 18 after about 2 laps into that run. Seems like about 2 to 3 laps into that run, his car comes to him. He's got the speed. Does he have enough laps left in this race if we do get a long run here to make it happen on the 18?
Yeah, I don't know, man. What we're seeing out of this 18 and 29 is some of the best, just absolute attrition out of these two cars. They're doing the same thing over and over again, keeping their cars clean and ready to battle at the end of this race. I think what we're going to be seeing between the 29 and 18 is just going to be like art. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I love that analogy. It's going to be like art. Can't beat it. When you just can't it beat having 2 guys this close and competitive, getting time and time again. I mean, what's going through Morris's head having to survive all these restarts, or even Mayhew Jr. trying to find a way around the 18 car. It's just incredible racing. And the lights are out on the pace truck.
Oh, baby, here we go again. We're going to go green flag racing here real soon in a couple seconds. Pace truck is off the racetrack, going down pit road. Green flag out in the air. The 18 car going to be leading this field to green. He gets a great jump over the 29. better than normal. But the 29, it looks like he's going to be able to drop in off of turn 2. And here comes the 39 car. The 39 car's got a whole head of steam right now on the outside of that 23 car of Patrick Dabrowski.
Wow, what a move by Haldane up on the outside of Dabrowski here. Still side by side. Haldane is just not going to give up. He is digging for that podium.
He's making it work. That's the first time we've seen it all night long. That 39 car making that outside lane work. He might complete the pass. Going into turn 3 now. The 23 only has a quarter on him. But coming off of turn 4 now, we'll see the 39 get a great run going down the front straightaway. He does clear them into turn 1.
Wow, what a move by Haldane. As now Javon Thompson's heating up the 23 car. And now Mayhew Jr. has actually closed the gap on the 18 of Morris. The battle for the lead looking like it's turning up a little bit.
And we knew this out of that 29 car. If we could just get a little bit of a green flag run here, that 29 car can reel in that 18 car and make something happen. Is this the time the 29 can finally make something happen with the leader? We're about to find out. He's all over the rear bumper of the 18 coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, the Dega boys tend to go here in race number 2 at South National. Mayhew Jr. all over the bumper of Morris. This is going to get exciting. Here we go.
Now coming off of turn 2, we see the 18 run his normal line. The 29 trying to find grip wherever he can go to get a run down the straightaway. We'll see what he does off of turn. Oh, he gets loose. He spins out.
No!
Caution out.
Oh, that hard work just gone in an instant.
Oh, so unfortunate.
Oh, you hate to see it. He had the car. It looked like he was gaining all that time, and it just wasn't meant to be tonight for Mayhew Jr.
Go back and look. I like to go on board, see his hand movement there and what he was experiencing. Just little throttle application there, maybe a little bit too early into that corner. Unfortunate.
Yeah, he's a great race car driver. Always fun to watch. Definitely a guy you want to pull for. Such a nice guy. It's just unfortunate that that had to happen to him tonight. It's going to come. One of these days soon, he is going to find victory lane.
Absolutely.
It's just a matter of when, not if.
I think it's going to be this weekend for the 499. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a great pick for the 499. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at Corey Cook. I'm looking at Kyle Hendricks. Any of these guys can win. We got a loaded field for that 499.
Yes.
I'm super excited.
Yes.
We're less than 48 hours away, baby. Less than 48 hours away from the 499 this Saturday.
Absolutely. Hey, we're going to be talking about that a little bit after this stream, so make sure you guys stick around. Got some cool stuff to announce heading your guys' way. We are very excited about it. All right, lights are off on the pace truck. He's coming off the racing surface, going down pit road. Green flag will be flying in the air. The 18 car leading this field to green. He gets a great jump over the 39 car of Brad Haldane, who is now in P2. We'll see if the 39's got anything to run with this 18 car for a long stint here, as we now see the top 4 really single file. We got a little bit of a battle here with Scott Mayhew. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, as Mayhew Jr. is now side by side here with Colson. Oh, they got a little wide. It's going to open the door for Javon Thompson. He refuses to take it, though. Too narrow of a gap. As now Mayhew Jr. gets served again. Colson's around. Javon Thompson's involved.
That was looking like that was about to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just kind of been the theme of the night, man. Short track racing and aggression, especially getting this close to the end here. It's time to go.
Time to go. That's right. Let's go back and look at this yellow flag real quick and see what happened. A little bit in-depth view with what was going on between the 29 and 17. We'll actually play it in a little bit of slow-mo for you guys. So we see the 17 ripping that bottom side, getting a little bit tight, coming off of the bottom, grabbing a little bit of corner there of the 29, pushing him around. Well, we've got another report here. Riley Mobley out of this race. He's not going to defend back-to-back tonight.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a rough go. Drove all the way through the field even. Just, that's just sometimes, like you said, the way the crumble cookies.
Yeah, right. But here's a cool little thing going on right now. We've got 2 Canadians in the top 3. That's pretty cool. I like that. Let's go whoop some American butt there. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm curious to see, as we're going to have a restart here with about 5 to go. Do we see desperation now from any of these drivers at James Morris? Do we see somebody make a bold move to put themselves in position to win this race? We know how hard it is to win in the Nexus Sim Racing League, especially here in the National Tour. Does somebody get super aggressive and maybe uses the bumpers here on James Morris?
I think out of anybody here right now, that 39 car has the best chance to make something happen. I don't know if the 23 has enough car to go up there and mess around with that 18 car, but the 39, he's going to be restarting on the outside of him. See what he can do on this restart. So lights go off on the pace truck. We're going green flag racing this time by. We'll be able to find out what the 39 can do. 5 laps to go.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to go single file restart here. Under 5 to go.
And that makes it even more interesting. 39 going to be starting right behind the 18 as the pace truck comes off and green flag in the air. The 39 starting right behind the 18, not getting as good of a jump as what he wanted. Now going through 1 and 2, the 39 still behind the 18, and everybody else single file.
Wow, that was a great restart there by Morris. Now you see Rob, he's up to 3rd, or up to 4th on the inside here of the 1 car. Can he make it happen? Move Collier into P4 now.
02 car going to be hunting down this one. Oh, and the 1 gets turned. And he saves it. What an incredible save. Oh, and they're wrecking.
The 09's around. Oh, man. What just happened?
Okay, that was a lot to break down there. I think well, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. We're just going to look at the yellow flag and see what happened right before our eyes as we see the 09 making a real big dive bomb here into turn 3, getting into the 1 car. 1 car saves it. And 29 and 09 making contact there. You know what Earl Hickey would say about that?
What would he say?
He'd say karma. Carson Daly. I'm just kidding. I really wanted to put a My Name is Earl reference in there for a long time. I finally found something, and it kind of worked, but, you know. All right, we still got the same top 3 here. We've got James Morris still leading this race. Brad Haldane behind him. Patrick Dabrowski behind Brad. Now, we're going to have, like, a green... white checkered, is that right?
Yeah, we're gonna get a green white checkered Nexus finish here. Can Haldane get a better restart this time? That's the big question. He didn't get that good of a restart on that first attempt. He's gonna get another chance, one more chance to line it up, see if he can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be tough though. He's got to get a good restart here and get underneath the 18 going into turn 1. If he can't do that, that 18 has just so much takeoff speed. It's really unmatched. I don't know if anybody can get back up to that 18 car if he gets away from anybody.
Yeah, he's been so solid tonight. Led pretty much green flag to where we're at now. So it's going to be tough to make it happen on Morris.
We'll see. I'm going to be doing another single file restart. Lights are out on the pace truck. We're going green flag racing this time by. We'll see. I got lots of hope for that 39 car. I think he could do it. Now the pace truck pulls off. It is going to be green flag. Green flag is in the air. The 39 getting a pretty decent start on the 18, but not being able to get underneath him. He's going to have to make something happen in these next few laps in order to have a chance at winning this race.
As here we come off of 4, Morris coming to get the white flag this time by the final lap of the race. Can he hang on? As then we got a battle for second. Dabrowski to the inside of Haldane as Haldane has a problem. Oh, contact between Jafone and Rob Collier. And coming off of 4 this time, your winner, Morris, in the race number 2 here at Southern National. Taking his second win of the season in the National Tour.
A great race win by that 18, leading flag to flag there. Nobody could get around that 18 car. He had the setup to beat for this race. Wow. Great job by that 18 car. As now we see the O2 car becoming a certified astronaut back there. Prayers to him. We're going to go ahead and pause this, and we're going to bring up your top 3. We'll start off with Brad Haldane. Brad! Nice. This is
Hi.
Thomas and Jay in the booth. How you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
Oh, baby. We just got done broadcasting 17 of the best drivers in the iRacing business. And boy, let me tell you what, you guys put on a show.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's a bit of a slow race with a bit of the cautions there. And I was starting to have flashbacks of lap and running out of fuel, and it happened again. Luckily, I kept the spot this time.
Oh, you ran out of fuel coming to the start-finish line again.
Nope, coming out of 2.
Again? Holy cow.
Yeah, coming out of...
All right.
Wouldn't have been so bad with all these cautions, but...
Yeah. You know what? Jay was talking about that during the pace laps. You know, maybe these... the fuel that you guys put into these cars just wasn't enough. We weren't accounting for all of these yellow flags we were going to be having. So, so you were 2 turns short on fuel, and it was specifically because of the cautions.
Pretty much. I added 2 extra gallons of fuel actually to try and make it to the end, just in case of this stuff happening. The first race I was fine with the two extra laps. This race was just a little bit more aggressive, and guys were just spinning out a little bit. But yeah, no, it's those 4 laps of under caution kind of burnt me again, but still finished on the podium, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw you working through the field. You did have a little bit of damage on that car. Did that damage really play a role in the performance of that car tonight?
Not at all. Aero really doesn't matter on short tracks like this, and if there was damage to any of the suspension parts, it was very minimal, and I did not feel anything. I made a couple of track bar adjustments and tire pressure adjustment, and it helped the car going into the second race dramatically.
Well, so you made a great adjustment going into the second race. It proves itself. You got a podium. If anybody realizes or not, Brad and I ran a 6-hour race at the Glen last weekend. We won it, and he comes out here and puts it on podium, proving he is an all-around Class A driver. Congratulations tonight, Brad.
Thank you, sir.
Who do you have to thank for this P3 finish?
Well, LaFrance Performance Purolator, North of 7 Dodge was absolutely fantastic tonight. I couldn't ask for a better car.
Heck yeah. Well, you proved that on the broadcast. We thank you for coming out tonight, giving us some great content to talk about, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you the next one.
All right, that was your P3 finisher for tonight. Brad Haldane, you heard it straight from him. He made some great adjustments, allowing him to get back up and finish on the podium. Let's bring up our P2 finisher for tonight, Patrick Dabrowski.
Hey, Patrick, this is Jay and Thomas up here in the booth. How you doing tonight? Got a copy?
Great. Yeah, I got you loud and clear, man. I'm doing great, man.
Well,
That
we
was fun as
saw.
hell.
Yeah, this was a fun race. We loved calling it. Making your debut out here in the National Tour, and you put it up here in P2 on the podium. Tell us a little bit about your race and what happened there at the end.
Well, I was just catching up for lost time. I got screwed just because of racing incidents. It's Southern National. It's one of the things that go on here. It's like any other short track, things happen. So I was just mostly making up deficits. I knew I had the car to get there. I could pass them on the outside if I needed to. I had the setup for it. Zach Bates and the other guys put together a great car for me. Just making it work. I was hoping to finish well. If I had 2 more laps, I probably could have got the leader too. Made the most of the incidents that were going on there, but it is what it is. I'll happily take second at debut. I was hoping for a top 5. I was just making up for it after that.
Wow. Expecting or hoping for a top 5, come out with a P2. I mean, we love having new people into this league, the Nexus Sim Racing, the best iRacers in the business, and here you are joining them and putting this up here in P2. Who do you have to thank for your performance tonight?
I'd just like to thank Zach, Riley, both of them for helping me out and believing in me and get me out here to try this out. I mean, I do pretty okay with the old late model. I'm still figuring out the new one, but I guess I got it figured out pretty good. If I figured I was going to get 5th and end up with 2nd, so maybe I'm selling myself short. And I guess some of my old racing heroes, Jimmy Spencer and Alan Kowicki. They might be real drivers, but I try to follow their philosophies in iRacing to some extent, I guess.
Well, great, idols to follow there. I myself am a huge Alan Kulwicki fan. Love the Underbird. But besides the point, I see a lot of sponsor me tags on your car.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it throws me back to those Kurt Busch Furniture Road days, or I'm sorry, Phoenix Racing days. But anyways, anybody watching, come out and sponsor this 23 car. Dadgummit. Hey, he's a great racer. But hey, Patrick, I really hope that you did enjoy the racing tonight. We implore you to come out and try some of the other leagues in the Nexus Sim Racing universe that's going on right now, and we would love to see you in other leagues and in the next race here with the National Tour.
I think I will. Y'all got a really good package here, both on the commentary side and the racing side. So I think you will see me here again. Sure enough, I think maybe I'll see y'all at the special events too.
Absolutely. We got the $4.99 happening this weekend, baby. Come on out. We'd love to have you. We got cash prizes and everything going on there. We would love to see you there, Patrick.
I'll thank y'all for having me, and thank you for taking time to talk to me. That was real cool.
Absolutely. That is Patrick Dobronsky, your P2 finisher for tonight. Thanks again, Patrick, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you. Pulling number 1. Take care, y'all.
See ya. All right, let's go to your winner now, James A. Morris in that 18 car. James, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
James, my golly, you did it again. Come out here. You lead flag to flag, putting on an absolute dominant performance like what you've shown that you could do before in that 18 car. Just tell us a little bit about maybe a little bit of strategy that you were just playing. Maybe, a little bit of a restart strategy you might have been doing there, or, because on your restarts, you were just so dominant. So just tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I'm coming into this season and, knowing we had a restart in the past, I've struggled with restarts. And if I'm doing, league or officials, I struggled. So I took upon myself to sit down with some really good drivers, really good teammates at EPI and with my team Fatal to work with me to help me get better, because I was, you think if you're doing something right and then you get beat by, just straight up beat. And I worked really hard on it. I got to thank Scott Mayhew and Jonathan Golden and Kenneth Colson and Taylor for, just sitting there and be like in practice, all right, can we do this and do this? And they're like, I'm like, we got to work on this. I said, no, but I need practice. This is important. I knew that I couldn't just take off fast every restart, so I had to mix it up. And I knew once I can get it, play that little bit of restart my game. And then once I did those last couple, late ones and then go quick, and then they wouldn't even know what to come. So if I knew I could get that to work, I knew I'd be all right. But but I can't think enough for that team to sit there and listen to me for a couple hours at a time doing that.
Well, all that practice really did pay off. I mean, you were just bar none on your restarts tonight. And regardless of your race speed, which was extremely fast, by the way, those restarts really just propelled that 18 car into a different level where you were able to defend and be fast at the same time. And really, you didn't really have to worry about it. Nobody else could match your restart speed there. So all that practice you put in really showed tonight. You got the job done. Did it just a flag to flag race win here is almost unheard of. I mean, you're really setting the bar really high here with your driving abilities. That's what I have. Jay, what do you got?
Yeah, what was the battle like there with Scott? You guys seemed to have a great battle going on, kept your cars up front, kept the track position, and you guys were battling it out. Did you think he had anything for you there before his trouble?
Yes, he did actually. He was actually a little bit better than me, because I don't know if y'all remember I forgot which caution it was when we all stacked up on the coming out of turn 2. My own driver wasn't paying attention and came up, pow, ran into the back of me.
Yeah.
And I was worried, so I was like, you know what? There's no point in going down pit road because once you give out the track position, you're done. So, but he was actually faster than me on that latter portion of the race. He had a little bit better handle on car. Granted, that first race, we were out to lunch. We missed on adjustments, and going into the second race, I mean, and before that race was over, we were sitting on pit road because our cars were done. We were sitting there going through, all right, you know, we go and look at the cars, see what the car is doing, if it's hitting, if it's not, we're stepping, you know, we analyze each car. And we saw it was doing something for all of us, and we went in and made a small adjustment. And it was the right move. Scott, he's been my friend for almost 10 years, and we've been here together doing this stuff for a very long time. I can't thank him enough for putting up with me. But he would have got me. If he didn't wreck, he would have had me. I wouldn't have won that race.
Right, that's some great insight right there. I know that you've thanked Fatal Motorsports, your teammates. Is there anybody else you want to thank for your winning performance here tonight?
My beautiful fiance for supporting me doing this every
Daily,
week and all the practice. I wouldn't be able to do this without her because there's nights where I'm like, I'm down. I don't feel like doing this. She's like, no. Get your butt up. Go in there, sit behind that wheel. You ain't gonna get no better sitting in the bed pouting because you're not in the mood. She motivates me, and I couldn't do this without her. I mean, she's my number one fan, my biggest supporter besides my team and my brothers at Fatal and at EPI. She is my number one fan, and I can't thank her enough for every week.
Heck yeah, well,
that is awesome.
Yep, I agree with that. Well, congratulations on your race win and your fiance there. We thank you for coming out tonight and giving us some great content to talk about there, James. And, we hope to see you in the next one, and congratulations again.
I appreciate it, guys, and thanks to all what you guys do up in the booth. I really appreciate and enjoy it every week.
Absolutely. Thank you for the kind words. We love being up here too, James, and we love giving you guys all the angles. Congratulations again, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jay, that was the Twin 50s here. Whew, what a couple races.
Yeah, those were just some fantastic races. I mean, we saw a lot of adversity in the first race. We saw Mobley have trouble come back from it. We saw Collier have trouble come back from it. Both battled it out for the win. Mobley got the job done in race number 1. Then we decided to re-rack him. Invert the field. Send him to the back. Let's add some diversity to this race. We saw Morris and Mayhew Jr. have so much trouble in the first race. They took advantage of it. Got in the front, maintained the track position, put on a well of a battle, lots of attrition in the second race, and at the end of the day, we saw Morris outstand it all, restart after restart, gets the job done, gets the dub here in the National Tour for his second win of the season. What a phenomenal night of racing at the Nexus Sim League always puts on. The best iRacers in the business, as always.
Absolutely. Great way to put it. This night of racing really was a fantastic race to watch. I hope that everybody who tuned in had a great time watching. We truly appreciate you guys coming out, commenting, liking our videos, and subscribing. It means a ton to us here at the Dega Boys Broadcasting Network. Make sure you guys check out our channel. We got lots of content for you guys to look over. We're continuing to come out with content. We've got a great team here, always pushing out content just for you guys. And make sure that you guys check our channel every day. We got some cool stuff coming out. But with that being said, this weekend, we've got the 499 on Saturday. We are going live. What is it, Jay? 5:30?
Yeah, 5:30 Eastern time. We're going live pre-race show, baby, for the 499.
Yeah, we're doing a pre-race show and everything. We've got paint schemes heading your way. We got driver interviews heading your way. We're going to be doing a presentation of trophies. We've got just an incredible amount of content heading your guys' way. Make sure you guys tune in for that whole race. We're going to be having so much, it's going to be an insane amount of content for you guys. And we just really hope you guys come on out and watch, be a part of the show. Make sure, if you're racing, tell all your family about it. Make sure they tune in. We're going to be going over every driver this race. So lots of shout-outs will be happening. Lots of cool stuff will be happening. Which then again leads me to the next thing. We hit 200 subscribers today. I can't tell you how much that means to us. This channel is just continuing to grow and grow and grow. And we actually know who the 200th subscriber is, and that is my friend Chad. Chad, thank you for subscribing. It means a lot to us. I told you I was going to give a shout out on stream tonight. Here it is. Thank you, Chad. We appreciate you. With that being said, we hope to see you guys on Saturday for the 499, and thank you for all your support. This is Thomas and Jay in the booth. We'll see you in the next one.
The best iRacers in the business.
When we got six for real, we looking out for the opposition. We don't do this for mass appeal. Don't make me blast it still. I put in work, no Vladimir. You want me to lose, but I can't. Mama shed like 1,000 tears. I can't do that shit to waste. I pull up in Mercedes. Next year you gon' see me pull up in the race.
This is gonna create fantastic racing.
When I was down bad, boy, I got on my knees and I started to pray. Now I'm breaking bread with my young vet Wiz. He was a part of the gang. Now he getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I could turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights, but you know I got the strap. Go right up, now he getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I could turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights, but you know I got the strap. Go right, I push the.
He refuses to lose.
I do the dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas.
Okay, my timing is critical. They know my rhyming is pivotal. Homie, the dash is digital. Gas residual. Fire and smoke like I'm leading a ritual. You bet my cash is long. I hit the gas, I'm gone. Riding my wave. I've been stuck in my zone. I bet I blast them all. Sliding on faith. I've been finding my ways. Grinding for days. I've been shining the hate. All of y'all wanted for praise. Stuck in a phase. Let it and turn it ablaze. Yeah, homie, you don't want to race. Nah, better to stick to your place. Yeah, want it all, I gotta taste. You push on the pedal, now I gotta skate. Yeah, all I ever know. Put me on this throne. Pinnacle. Push my buttons and that motherfucker go. What you know, what you own. Push it and I zone. Sonic booms from the room. Running till the tomb with my goons. Smell the fumes. Y'all know what it do with the crew when we coming through. Y'all know better move. Make it fast. Ain't no second chance coming for your ass.
iRacing Top 10. Here we go.
Push the gas like.
I do the dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas.